Welcome back, everybody, to the very third episode of the Majorities and Minority podcast. I'm your host, Graysen, with co-hosts Joey, Ryan, and guest Trinity. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, guys, when I said to not talk before I recorded, now you guys can talk.
Now we can talk.
Am I allowed to? Am I going to talk now?
No.
Make the funnies.
Joey.
He still has the gun to my head. Am I allowed to speak?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, special announcement. I'd like to welcome Trinity as the very first and probably only female member of the podcast.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Should I feel as good
No.
about this as I do?
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
You came out of the ass end of that conversation. All I heard was, God damn it. Diabetes.
That's all he said.
Graysen said ass end.
Like
And-
horse.
Cuck.
Asses are donkeys.
Why are you gonna be so technical,
Oh my
man?
god, this is...
Because I'm not, who else will be? Not
This is-
you.
This was a mistake.
This was, yeah.
This is not a mistake. This was the best thing that ever happened to you guys, and I don't want to hear it.
Whoa, the best thing that ever happened to these guys was me, alright? Calm down.
We should have known better than to bring girl on
Yeah,
podcast.
dude. This is boy only. This treehouse is ours.
I could feel cooties from digitalies.
Only boy treehouse, go away, girl. We don't need your cooties.
Let's play boy versus girls.
It's only me.
So in like kindergarten and first grade, we would always play boys versus girls, and whenever it was something to do with anything like physical, it's a playground. So we would always win.
Forgivable no man's land.
What are you talking about? First of all, women are the exact same thing as men, and they will always be equal to us.
Oh, of
no
course.
matter physical or anything else.
So Ryan, if you're saying that, then how do you feel about the man who transitioned into a woman and totally destroyed women in, what was it, MMA?
Dude, bro, do not even get me started on that, bro.
No,
I
know.
I honestly don't. I get the whole equality thing, but like it's literally your DNA. It is your physical abilities. They separate men and women's sports for a reason. I'm gonna get butchered for this if
No,
certain
you're
people
not.
hear it, but I just don't agree with the fact that trans men or trans women are participating in women's sports.
The thing that bothers me about it is that, especially like in the Olympics and like weightlifting and stuff like that, you have women that are born women working their entire lives to achieve a goal, like in weightlifting, let's say, in their like certain category, and then a male transitioning into a female can just come in and completely destroy all the records for what those women would be competing against, just because we're born with more testosterone and strength. And
I'm sorry.
You're all good.
I can understand a sport like soccer. Like it's not a sport of strength, but sports of strength like say like wrestling or weightlifting, they shouldn't be allowed to participate in.
Especially physical sports, especially combat sports like MMA and like kickboxing and stuff like that. Like people are gonna get hurt, and it's not gonna be very good.
Well,
Now, not saying that the women can't take the men, but
with sports like wrestling and fighting and shit like that, there's weight classes for a reason, and so it's not necessarily like there's a lot of technique in both of those too. I'm not justifying either of these. I have a very biased opinion, and which I'm not going to speak of it. But I'm just saying, a lot of skill involved in those two, because they could be because I've wrestled people that are a hell of a lot stronger than me. But if you have technique and a little speedy motherfucker, then sometimes you can get a little handle on that bitch.
Like you said, though, weight classes are there for a reason.
Yes.
My theory is that men only go into women's sports just to earn easy medals.
I don't know if that's exactly why. It could definitely be a perk, but like if they are just transitioning, then that's their thing. But again, I understand you want to participate, but at the same time, it's just not fair. And you have to understand that it's just not fair physically. This is just how the world is, it's how people were made. And
So Trinity, what would you do if you had a dick?
if I had a dick, I would probably be like a very popular guy. Because I'm already popular with the guys and not just romantically.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Trinity would have a really big dick. I feel like.
Oh, massive fucking a massive Johnson.
Are you gonna tell them Trinity or?
The
I
one
mean,
you know,
I know she already has a big one, but like if she was an actual dude, like born one, that should be even bigger.
I mean, like I said, I have had majority male friends my entire life. I don't get along with girls too much because they're assholes.
Yes,
They're
you are.
total bitches,
it's
and
Yeah.
less.
I don't appreciate them.
This is
Now, not to say all women are, because I have met those who are just really cool, and I really love to hang out with them. But
False.
I've grown up with girls who are just like very just not the type of person I would want to be around.
The thing that I love about like comparing like male relationships to like female relationships, like friends. I mean, like so like two girls will be like really close friends, and they'll be like really like they'll be like nice as pie to each other's faces, and then as soon as they leave, they'll talk shit on each other behind each other's back. And dude's the exact opposite. Like you'll have like a guy best friend, and you'll talk the most shit straight to his face as like a term of endearment, and then like as soon as you leave, you're like, damn, he's a pretty cool guy, and I really fuck with him.
I
yeah,
never said it to his
exactly.
face though.
Like
Oh, you their face though.
I whenever I
The Go ahead.
whenever I hang out with like or just like in a call with you guys, I always hate it because I'm just getting constantly fucking shat on by four big burly men, and then
Ah.
as soon as I leave, it was like, damn, I love those guys.
It's
When
because we love you that we say these mean things.
That's how men show their affection is through hate and bullying.
that's I feel that's how you know when you see a girl or a woman, you know that they're cool when they like are completely okay with talking shit to each other straight to their faces, because normal friends will be like, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. You're beautiful. But then like actual friends will be like, you're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Agreed.
Well,
Oh my god. What?
I feel like it takes like a true friend that actually cares about you to like be like real to somebody's face and like not just sugarcoat everything and just tell people how it is too.
Yeah,
We'll see
absolutely.
when person fall, good friend help them up. When best friend is around, he laugh at you and he just keep laughing.
And as you get up, he kicks you back down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
I was
Yes.
gonna say you're the reason he fell, or yeah, you're the reason he fell.
Yeah.
I did it to Grayson all the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then we kissed. I mean, yeah, and then you pushed me back down.
Why the fuck would you say that on this
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just slipped out.
Abuse, abuse.
podcast? Grayson physically abused me.
Whoa.
All right,
Like in a kinky way?
this is uh
Podcast with Grayson.
podcast with Grayson, solo podcast. Hello.
None of my friends
Introducing
wanted to be here.
How
Ralphie Radio.
how day are you going? My Grayson. Hello.
Oh, fucking stop.
Hello, my what?
Please no.
Sus imposter?
Oh my god, Gray, I have pictures to
Fucker.
show you from the con.
Oh no! People did not dress up as fucking crewmates.
Alright, no, they didn't. They might have, I just didn't see them.
You did
But
not just call it the con.
All right,
the
so
con?
yeah, Trinity, talk to us about it. How was? Well, you went to Comic Con, right?
Yes. I went to New York Comic Con at the Javits Center, and it was really cool. It was actually my first time going to Comic Con, but not my first time at the Javits Center, because I've actually been to Anime NYC at the Javits Center. But it was fun. I spent too much money. and I have regrets, and I have to move things around financially now. Um, but besides the buying, looking around in the exhibitors hall, the artist alley was really cool because I saw a lot of great artists and really cool people. And as part of my it wasn't really an assignment, but my school and my instructors wanted us to put together a portfolio to show companies and artists so that they can look at it and we can make connections. So I talked to a lot of people that I had no idea about before. Um, so I didn't have the ability to go up and be like, "Oh my God, I love your work. Would you please check out my portfolio?" I had to start with getting to know them first, getting to know their art, and getting to know what they do and how they do everything. And then I kind of eased into it, but I felt really good afterwards. I felt like I made a lot of I was very participated. There we go. Words.
How was
Words
it?
are a thing, yes.
How was the con itself? Like, what do you think was the most impressive thing there? I guess.
Definitely all the artists. I think what was also kind of impressive is it's Comic-Con, right? So you'd expect there to be anime stuff, but there was there was so much diversity between comics and anime that I felt I was just at Anime NYC with some comics there.
Mm.
It not there's also the fact that there were plenty of comics and shit, but I was, because I'm not as into that, I was just kind of looking for the anime stuff. So maybe in my mind it was like that, but it was still I still had fun with it, more fun than I thought I might.
That's cool. What do you think? All right, so you obviously saw a lot of cosplays. What do you
Yes.
think was the best one that you saw?
At every con, at every con, there's always a Waldo, there's always a Steve, and I saw both, so that was great. Um, that's when I saw.
All right, now to steer away from that, that sounds dope, and I kind of wish I can go to one. But y'all ever see that video of Yuko the clown that goes to Comic Con?
Oh my God, yeah, where he's just like,
He
He's a
just
mess.
shits on people. He goes. He went. I saw the video. He went up to this this fat guy. He goes, "What's your favorite superhero?" Superman's like, "You're the size of the fucking day planet, you fat sack of monkey shit." He just starts fucking laughing.
I
He
think
goes in with people. It's bad.
it's hilarious.
Oh, that one part where he's talking to this dude just as Thor. Oh my, that one dude sounded like he had Down syndrome. You
My
are
God.
angering the god of thunder. And he starts laughing. He's like, "You're retarded."
Ryan, what you doing there, buddy?
I was fixing my blanket.
Oh, are you comfortable?
Not quite actually.
Oh,
I'd go,
do you need a few seconds?
you know, probably.
Ugh,
I was gonna say something.
Just-
but,
popped a Capri Sun out the fridge, baby.
I thought you were gonna say Papa Boner.
I was gonna say as soon as I pop this Percocet, I'll be comfortable.
Oh, drug use. Funny. So, we weren't able to record a podcast on Monday because of just some of my technical issues.
Yes.
But we do try to, well, now we do try to have podcasts every Monday and Thursday.
Oh, I didn't. I told my my other story in it before we cut that one. You mind if I tell that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I
All
do
right.
mind.
So, all right. My
Yeah, you know what?
apologies. All right,
Now that I think
Ryan,
about
the
it,
floor is yours.
now that I think about it,
The floor is yours,
Joey,
Ryan.
yeah, I do mind now.
My apologies. My apologies. Carry
Yeah.
on.
Just leave.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yeah, pack up your things and get out of here.
Oh, he left.
No.
All right. I'm back.
Oh, hey, what's up? You want to tell that story now, or are you just gonna, sit there in silence?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't leave us hanging, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh
come on.
man. Well.
Cliffhanger.
All right. So, the other day, I went to my first ever baseball game. Mind you, I hate baseball, but
Boring.
it was really fun because underage, I can't drink legally, but all my buddies got drunk as shit. We were in a we were in a stand full of Rangers fans, and we were just screaming for the other team, and it was hilarious because we just kept getting dirty looks from everybody. And then one of my buddies had this tall like slushy made with wine. And it had like half a plastic baseball at the end of it, and he gave it to my other friend, and he just chucked it down. It went like 3 rows down and hit this like old guy, and they were just staring at us the entire rest of the time.
Oh my god.
It
Jeez.
was so funny. It was like a little fucking plastic thing, but and then there was this little kid that like kept rooting for the Rangers, and every time he'd go Rangers, we'd scream go Cleveland. And then some like old Karen kept looking at us like rooting the little kid on to keep cheering, and then we just scream over him.
Karen's actually an offensive term, so.
Oh my god, later.
Oh my god.
In like years from now, Karen's gonna end up being like a slur.
I think it already is.
All right. Well, let me get it out now. Karen. Okay. I think I'm good for
dang.
I think I'm good
Oh
for the
my
next 30 minutes.
God, Graysen.
I
Why
was
don't you just say the N-word to a group of
Whoa, what the hell?
Whoa!
Trinity,
Whoa!
what the fuck?
I was watching the news the other day,
Oh my.
and
Oh god.
they were literally talking about how like Karen is offensive and everything like that, and they had these group of like women named Karen come on the news, and they were complaining about how Karen is like an offensive term now, and that like their name is now offensive. I was like, you guys are literally being Karens about canceling the word Karen. Like you're just proving everybody's point completely, like how it's supposed to be.
Oh my god.
But they were like talking about how like the like popularity of like the name Karen has like plummeted so much in the past like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cuz
Like
I
there's
mean
like barely any babies named Karen.
exactly. It's weird with like some of those adult names. Like how did you get that name in the first place? You know, your parents gave or your mom sat there for 9 months holding you in her stomach. She gave birth to you and she decided to name you Paul.
Yeah, there's
Like
just some names that are just like those are old people. They were definitely born at like 80 years old.
oh yeah.
Like
The only
fucking
reason
like Annette. Who the fuck names their kid Annette? That's a 90-year-old lady.
Or like Gertrude, bro. Like Gertrudes aren't even born. They just spawn in at like 40 years old.
Mildred.
Phil.
I feel like the only reason anybody should ever name their child that anymore. Well, some of them are kind of nice names, but it's just like if they're naming it after a family member that was like departed but just really loved, then
All right.
it's
Okay.
okay. But like if it's just out of the blue, like, my God, let's name her Mildred. That won't cause any consequences in her future.
I would
Bullying.
yeah, I was going to say that's the type of people I would bully.
So you know how like the name Will can be like people call you like Bill when your name is Will?
Mhm.
You mean like William?
Yeah. No, but my coworker, we call him Bill, so I assumed his name was William, and I looked at his timesheet the one day, and his name is Willard.
Willard?
Like Willard. Willard. And I was like, there is no way your name is Willard, bro.
I feel so sad for him.
But like I feel like that was like he's like 80 though, so I feel like that was probably acceptable like when he was
Willard, come downstairs to get your dinner.
like everybody
Dinner,
just
it's dinner.
everyone just calls him Bill, and like you know like when you're when people always get called by nicknames in school and then they get like attendance and they say their full like actual name and everybody's like
Yeah. Like
your name is that?
like do you remember Blake Ryan from freshman year?
Like
Long hair, beard, kind of wide dude.
yeah, I was gonna say was he a bigger guy?
Yeah, no, his name is Sam.
Oh no, yeah. His middle name is Blake.
Yeah. I didn't know for like 3 years that his name was actually Sam.
I knew him by Sam, like Sam, like, but I never I heard people start calling him Blake. I was like, is his name actually Blake? And have I been calling him the wrong thing? But
Oh my god.
he explained it to me the one day that his middle name is Blake, and I was like, huh, that doesn't
Yeah.
really happen much anymore. Like people calling you by your middle name. But...
Yeah, I had a like a nickname people called me like beginning of high school, like end of middle school. Yeah, they always called me faggot. So.
Well, I mean, Graysen has a brother named Kevin James, and like his family calls him CJ. So I don't know how related that would be, but it's like using the middle name still.
Nobody
Wait,
calls
what's his name?
his name is Kevin James, but people call him CJ.
I thought you were talking about.
That makes sense though. That's not weird.
I thought you were talking about Kevin James, like the guy that's in the
KJ.
the grown-ups movie. And I thought you were talking about Paul Blart for a second, bro.
Dude.
I have a buddy at work that his name's fucking his name's Robert, and one of my bosses like he told him that he likes to be called Robbie, and he didn't like that, so he just started calling him Bobby. And like everybody's so like I heard him calling him Bobby all the time, and I'm like I thought his name was Bob or something, and then I saw his fucking the name sheet is Robert. I'm like what the fuck?
Some people also like isn't another nickname for Robert Dick?
That's that's Richard.
Oh, Richard. What?
Yeah.
I said this in the last attempt at the podcast, but like, how do you get Dick out of Richard?
Well, you ask him nicely.
And you said the same thing.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
I'm so mad.
Seriously though, like why Dick? Like they know what it means. Why are they okay with being called Dick?
Me, when I open the internet and see that the male genitalia is also named Dick. Why Dick? It's very convoluted.
My dad knew this guy. His name was Richard. His middle name was Dick, and his last name was Richardson.
Oh my god.
Dickerson.
Everybody called him Triple Dick.
That's pretty good.
I was like, that's the best fucking nickname. Like, how'd you get that nickname, Triple Dick? I was like, I had pretty wild times in college.
So
you know
when he
me,
sees
man.
women, when he has women in bed,
he's like, "There's 3D.
He's stuck in 3D.
What's going on?"
I don't think anyone saw what I did there.
I did.
When you watch a movie with Richard Dick Richardson, you call it. You're watching a movie in 3D.
With 3D.
Leave.
You're right. My bad.
Why don't you make like a tree and get the fuck out?
Get the fuck out of here.
My favorite one is like, why don't you make like a banana split and fuck off?
Fuck is that?
So it's October. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
For the past 7 days, we've been in October and not September.
No, yeah, it's September. September's gone. Wake me up.
I know it's really hard to believe.
I'm quite flabbergasted.
So
September doesn't have 37 days in it?
No. Not last time that I checked, I don't think so. I mean, I still am on the Hypatius calendar. That's not a real thing. I don't know. I just made it. It's not real.
I understand that. You're still a loser.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who believes in calendars anymore?
Trinity does. She actually marks it down. I'm not gonna get on her ass about that because like I'm too lazy to upkeep it. You're funny because we have sex. That's funny.
Nice.
I like having a calculator, a calendar, because it's just like a little extra thing I get in my wall or on my wall, and I have a Bob's Burgers themed calendar, and I love Bob's Burgers, so every month I see a different scene that I vividly remember from the show. I like it.
Can I talk about something completely unrelated to what we're talking about right now?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So you guys have watched regular show in the past, right?
Absolutely.
Do you remember? Do you remember? So Skips's like cousin Quips.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
But, like he would just make really terrible jokes all the time. Like he was like
Yes.
he was like a struggling comedian, and
Yeah.
he would always say "Zingo" at the end of, like every single joke. That's when I lost where I was going with it, but
Are
Good
you gonna say
story.
when you become a dad, that's what you want to be like?
yeah, I just want to say Zingo all the time. Like my wife's like, "Hey, I'm leaving you. Like this marriage is like not going how I wanted to. Like you don't treat me like well enough or like how like good I should be treated, and I'm leaving with the kids and I'm taking everything. I'm gonna say Zingo."
And then she'll punch you, leave you dead on
Yeah,
the floor.
crazy
She's
thing
like,
about
this
that
this is
is
why I'm leaving.
the crazy thing about that is that she can punch me all she wants, and she'll never catch an assault charge because she's a woman. So that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's what
Okay, let's
She
try
did
and
it out
stray
of
away from
defense.
that rabbit hole. But no, what else? All right. Are you done?
Sorry.
No.
Shall I sick the cum monster upon you?
Did you just call me a spick?
I
Yeah,
said
that's kinda-
sick. You
God.
fucking hell.
Kind of fucking.
No, spick isn't as bad as.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
I was thinking of
What was
I was thinking of actually saying
Ah.
it and then editing it out, but I don't feel like editing it.
It's not as bad as.
Nice. I bet you he actually said it too.
I actually didn't.
Yeah. Okay. But no, what I was getting at with what I was getting at with October was fall weather. I personally think fall and autumn are the best like seasons year round.
Of course.
Did
I don't really get that here.
Well, it's just a single season.
Personally, I'm a bigger fan of fall over autumn in my opinion. So
Like the word, or just you're making a funny?
I'm making a funny because they're two different seasons. to
Well,
me,
now
so-
it's not funny because Trinity had to ask, so fuck you, Ryan.
Well,
But like, it's not even like it hasn't even been fall weather really yet. Like we've had actually really warm weather so far.
Not I
only
mean,
during
last.
the day, like
The mornings is rough though. Like
Oh yeah,
morning?
it's freezing.
I work outside in the morning and it is not fun.
no, it's
It's
not.
like last week was pretty cold, but it was like a nice 65 all week, but now it's hot. It's starting to get hot.
Yeah, today was really fucking hot.
Yeah, it was like in the high 70s, right?
Mhm,
Low
which is-
80s.
I think the worst part, or at least for me, is that like my grandmother and aunt, they leave some windows open because they say that leaving the windows open helps like air go throughout the house and I don't know, something like that. And so I get out of bed in the morning and I go to the bathroom and I'm just fucking freezing. It's not the best way to wake up.
I like sleeping in the cold though. Like as cold as my room can get. That's how.
Oh hell yeah, I can agree with that.
Because my favorite thing is like getting cold enough where I need blankets and then like being under blankets because like whenever it's hot out like in my room I cannot fucking sleep for the life of me.
Because you're not under blankets. Like I
I feel cozier.
yeah, I always like despite the summer season, I always have my comforter and my sheet out. I'm always under the blankets as much as I can be.
Well, see, that's the thing with different seasons though, because when it's summertime, there's only so many layers you can take off, but in the winter you just keep fucking bundling up.
Which is why summer sucks.
I like wrapping myself in bacon. All right, so anyway. So Trinity recently has been talking to me about all these dreams that she's been having. Why don't you tell us about one of them, Trinity? Because at this point, I think she's making them up.
Maybe leave out the sex dreams, huh?
No, I don't have those with her. I have them with Ryan.
Not you, fuckhead. Her.
Oh, my bad.
They're not dreams; they're real life.
Wake up to reality.
You want me to tell you about just one?
I mean, if you tell us about multiple, it will take literal hours.
It won't. I could tell you about like 2.
Okay, then tell us about. Just tell us one. Just tell us one. Then we'll get a general idea of.
Then I have to choose one.
Oh
So
my
which one do you
god.
want me to? Which one do you want?
TikTok.
Talk about?
Choose goose.
Yeah,
Choose
goose.
what?
Goose.
Goose?
Choose goose.
Goose.
Man, I gotta find because I write them down
Quack.
sometimes when they're like
I
really
gotta find the
convoluted.
one with the goose in it.
Quack.
The goose.
The goose.
Zingo!
Sacre goose.
It's so funny that you asked that because one of my assignments for school recently given to us was that we have to write down a dream that we've had and then we hand that over to somebody else and they have to draw it. So like I had to, yeah, I had to the one that I got, it's one of my classmates had dreamt that he was running down like a road or something and he was being chased by a raccoon. And every time he turned around, there was like more raccoons.
That's
To the point where like
he has a
chased by just thousands of raccoons.
he's a deep fear of raccoons.
My taking of that dream is he is not running from the raccoons, they are following him. He is the raccoon god.
All right.
You know,
Or he's
that'd
about to
be
get slaughtered.
yeah, or that. But
Either
all
way.
right, so let me delve into Trinity's dreams. All right, so let me try and sum it up, right? So I wake up with you, Grayson, and then we're going out, we're doing all these normal things, we're going out to the mall, we're going out to dinner, and then Zorgon from Planet 9 comes down, steals the goddamn Statue of Liberty. I have to go save him. It just gets worse and worse from there.
Wait, she's saving Gorgon or she's saving
No. She's saving me because I also was stolen because I was on the Statue of Liberty somehow while also eating at Texas Roadhouse.
So my dreams are very, very vivid. They you could say in a way they're kind of lucid dreams. Like they like I feel everything that happens. Like if I get cut, I feel it and I can feel the chill you get like from feeling when like when you get water on your skin and if there's wind, it's cold right there.
Sure.
So like when you get cut, you can feel like this sort of chill.
Sure.
Like I feel the pain and I feel that chill. Like I feel everything. There was this one time I had a dream where I got bitten by a snake and I felt its venom literally like flowing through each and every one of my veins. It was really crazy. But let me.
Oh, I forgot. She's written some down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to look at which one I should tell. There's
thing
also
I'm
the
not in
fact
your
that
class
like
because I get night terrors.
oh god. My dreams play out like movies. Like sometimes I'm not the one being shown in my dreams. It's like some characters that are actually like going through some sort of journey and then eventually end up there, but it's like it's not always me there. It's just like I'm behind the camera or something.
I can imagine your dream just being a really shitty sitcom.
Yeah. So I'll read this one. All right, so there's a princess. We're fighting to keep the princess safe. So she healed the two of us using her powers. Wait.
I remember this one.
But when she healed us, like she kind of got very fatigued. So she's like fainted right now. So there's me. There's another guy who's like the princess's right hand, and he like loves her, cares most about her. There's another girl who I'm like good friends with, and then there's another guy who's like the new guy. So this is just a fact I threw in there. The princess has pink hair. We met up with these people who were trying to get into this place that they say has been locked up for centuries. Oh, I didn't say that. The setting is like this weird futuristic robotic world, but it doesn't like stay that way. But so when I say it's been locked up for centuries, it's like it's very later in the future right now. So they're trying to get into this place that's been locked up for centuries, and no one's ever gotten in or out since. And the princess, for some reason, should have the ability to give everyone a ticket to grant them entrance or something. but she couldn't, and not because she didn't want to, but she just actually couldn't. So they say, guess we'll have to take another way then. And they break up the locks with pliers, and then, well, uh, the princess's right hand is telling them that they shouldn't do that, they ignore him and break in. So we started walking around and see what this was all about. I think I think they said that it was supposed to be like a home, like or an orphanage of some sort, but it was more like an abandoned grocery store where all of the refrigerators and freezers were still working somehow, and had still been working since it had been locked up. So as we're looking around, I'm checking expiration dates, and I see that some of them have already expired, but for the year that I believe it is, which I still think is 2021. So at some
Can I
point, someone
pause for a second, Trinity? I want to make a comment.
go ahead.
Your dreams are in detail enough to have expiration dates on food.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you, she's making this up, bro. I'm telling you,
I'm not.
she
There's so
sits
much
down,
detail.
dude. She sits down every day at midnight, comes up with these ideas like, oh yeah, this will get Graysen.
Listen, you'll think this is crazy because like I specifically remembered the numbers too, but I wouldn't have remembered like during the afternoon of that same so the morning I wake up I try to write it down because I know that a few hours later I'm totally gonna forget everything. So, um, at some point, someone tells me to check the peanut butter, and I see that it still looks good because, it said expiration date was like 2020 something. So I do a little dance, and then one of my coworkers, because I'm excited, and then one of my classmates shows up and then tells me I look fat, out of the blue, walks away. And then anyway, I'm looking at the dates and I see something from 2029 and I get excited thinking it might be good, but I remember that we're in the future and I ask what year it is. So a girl that looks like Isabella Marcet replied to me that it's the year uh what did she say? Cuz it's not the right number. The when I looked, okay, told me it was year 701,086. Or I'm sorry, I can't 70,1186. There we go. That's what year she said it was. So I thought I didn't hear her correctly at first, so I asked again, and she pointed towards a bunch of clocks on the wall that looked like they were world clocks. Um, and then there's this one big electric sign in the middle saying the year, and repeated herself. It's year 701,080 or 70,1186, which it's really just 701,186. And I remember it either saying aloud or thinking, wow, I didn't think we were that far ahead. So all the clocks around it are falling or broken. And this older man with a sort of Russian accent, brown hair, and a brown, short but full beard comes with tools and a stepladder and says that he will fix it and that he fixes everything. He says this with a Russian accent, like, don't worry, I will fix it. I fix everything.
Russian
So I rolled my eyes while I smirked as if I knew him, and I continued checking for food that might be halfway decent to eat. And I went through the dates 2029, 2024, 400, 400, 400. I can't speak. I can't fucking speak. 4,456. And I was like, wait, 4,456? That can't be right. So I show it to the people around me, and they're just as confused. And the reason we're confused is because all of these foods that we had just seen were like centuries old. Like, so we're confused because how is it possible that something from so at least like this recently is here? Um, so I was like, that can't be right. Show the people around me, and they're just as confused. Check other dates and see that there are others from that late as well, or from that recent as well. So like 8,000 something, 9,000 something, etc. We all get confused and somewhat suspicious because the people who got us here told us that it's been closed up and no one has been in or out. So were they lying? And then if so, why? And or did they know? So the further we advance into the store, we see more and more dates that are closer and closer to where we are. At one point, I find some money, a $50 bill, and two ones. I take it and I put it in my pocket, saying maybe some merchants will take it as an acceptable form of payment. So I turned to see one of the suspicious people notice that I put something in my pocket and asked me what I have. I look at them and I take out what was in my other pocket, which was a small, thin thing of blue ribbon. And I tell them I found it and I wanted to keep it. And that there was this like smaller tube inside that he could take if he wanted. And he was a bit cautious of me, but didn't ask anymore. And I turned away and I started trying to make it known everything was bad, but also trying to point out the dates to make everyone else aware so that they would question everything as well. And then shortly after that, my dream ended, and I don't remember the rest.
Like I said, she makes these up.
I didn't make it up.
100%.
It's a lot to take in.
I honest to God.
I don't believe in it.
It's-
That was a lot of detail.
I know. I told you they're
And-
really, really specific.
All right, so she had that dream, right? This happens like every other day. And she has enough memory to tell me about it, like right after she wakes up.
That's why I have to write it down. You wake up before me, you play video games. I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I had this crazy fucking dream. And you're like, of course you did. And I was like, wait, before I tell you about it, I have to write it down.
And then she takes forever to write it down. So
I had
Well, you
this.
see why it would take forever.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Okay, so I had this crazy ass dream. Like I don't want I just remember now, but it was a while ago. I had like the movie Inception.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I had a fucking Inception dream, bro. Cause like I remember like me and some like random woman. She seemed familiar. We were doing like some heist or whatever, and we stole these like flash drives that had millions of dollars on it or some reason. And then we went to a hotel and slept. And then when I fell asleep, I went into another dream, and this dream was like I woke up and then I was like walking around in our old high school, but like it was after I graduated, but I'm walking around and I see some like faces that aren't familiar and I see some people that I know and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm like looking to like my left and right and I see like Santiago and Kieran and I'm like, wait a minute, I know these fuckers. And then like they're like, I got you, and apparently and then it was like some weird fucking like prank or something. Everybody comes out on my buddies and I wake up and I'm back in the hotel with this random girl that I'm doing a heist with.
Oh my God.
And then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck?
And then you guys have premarital sex.
Yes. And then I wake up all alone. And said, do not judge me.
I'm not judging you.
So I don't know where I was going with that. Never mind.
Hey, good talk, Graysen.
All right, you
Yeah,
wanna?
but Trinity, really, really descriptive dream.
Yeah, I know.
Hard.
Like I said, go ahead.
No, go.
I was just gonna say, like I said, like they're very detailed to the point where like I can feel breath going down my neck. It's
Who's breathing on your neck and your
It's actually just Graysen going to your house and breathing on you.
Oh, that reminds me. All right,
God,
so
yeah, that's right.
so
Wait,
so
hold on. Why does that remind you of something?
okay, so this was like what 2-3 months in when we started dating.
Yeah, around
We
then.
we were sleeping in her bed, and
We weren't.
Ooh.
oh my
it
God,
was more like taking a
Trinity,
nap.
can you just not interrupt me and just
No,
let me
it was
tell the
more like
fucking
taking a
story?
nap.
Holy shit!
You were on your phone and I was taking a no. You specifically
my
you
God.
started playing stuff on the Switch, and then I was like, all right, well, while you play that, I'm gonna take a nap. And you're like, okay.
Wait, we're telling different stories, Trinity.
What are you talking about? You
Okay,
mean the-
let me tell my story.
All right, go ahead.
So
Drama.
I don't remember if we were just taking a nap or if we were going to sleep, but she fell asleep first, and I had to wake her up for something. I don't know what it was, but
Some dick.
I go up to like right up to her ear, and I go, Trinity, hey Trinity, wake up. And then she like starts like panicking. I like shake her, and she's like, oh my God, did you just whisper into my ear? I'm like, yeah. She's like, don't ever do that again. Do you remember that, Trinity?
That's what I was telling you. So you.
It wasn't on the Switch. It was at your house.
I know you brought the Switch to my house. You were playing something on I don't know what Switch, maybe you, but I distinctly
Oh, it's
remember
probably.
I fell asleep on your chest while you were playing games, and I had this really weird dream where I had I was like in a car with these people, and we like pulled up to this weird spot in the road, and as we were pulling in, it was like this sort of clearing in the trees, but there was like an ice cream truck there, but it was like a very old, run-down ice cream truck, and there were signs like not great. But as we were pulling in, there were like mandrills, like freaking no. Yes, there were mandrills and Dobermans like freaking the fuck out. And so, but I didn't have the wheel. Graysen was actually driving, and Ariana, my sister, is in the back seat. And me and Ariana were like, Graysen, pull out of here. Graysen, I don't want to be here, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, no, come on, come on, come on. So we're pulling up to this ice cream truck, and right next to the ice cream truck is like one of the boxes, like if you go up to a Wendy's drive-through. And we're me and Ariana are still freaking out because like the mandrills are hopping onto the car and like just ready to attack us. And Grayson's about to pull down the fucking window, and me and Ariana are like, no, don't do that, don't do that. They're gonna like just really upset, really scared. And then from Grayson rolls down the window, and from the speech box, I hear like, "Hey, wake up, Trinity." And I like my heart drops and starts pounding because I'm so terrified at this point because I hear it right in my ear and it's like in my chest and it's really weird, but I start freaking out and I'm hyperventilating on his chest, and when I wake up I'm like breathing really heavily. He's like shaking me like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And, and like he said, I was like, "Did you just whisper into my ear?" And it was just not fun.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. I didn't listen to the beginning part of that, so I was starting to hear midway through, and then I didn't realize that you were having another fever dream. And I thought you were just telling a story at first.
Dude, you got to hear all of her dreams, dude. You'd think she's a mental patient.
I already do before the dreams.
One thing that I like, because my dreams are so crazy and convoluted, I'd love to like see somebody about it and like see what they could possibly mean.
Yeah.
They would be like, "You need help."
Yeah.
This is
You
out of
need
my my
professional.
payroll.
This
You need
is
professional that is not me.
yeah.
You know mental hospital?
You're
Yes, check in.
you're fucked. There's nothing I can do for you. No one can do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with life.
My dreams get way too vivid, and like they're basically like just straight nightmares half the time, and I hate it.
I don't
Okay,
often have
yep.
dreams, but I remember the one I do remember. I only had it once, and it will stick with me for the rest of my life. So I picture like LA, and like how you when you stand on top of the Hollywood sign, you can see the entire city. Um, I don't know
Oh yeah.
if LA is is on an ocean. Is LA on a beach, like a coastal city? I don't think so.
Um.
Anyways,
Sure,
all
why
right. So picture just GTA, San Andreas. Um, I was sitting on top of the Hollywood sign, and I saw this massive
Cock.
I saw this massive cock.
not?
No, tsunami climbing like thousands of feet high and slamming down right onto all the outer edge of the city, and it just started making its way to the middle of the city. And then I look up and I see all these meteors coming down and crashing into buildings, blowing stuff up. And then off in the distance, I see a tornado that's coming in towards us. But the weirdest thing about this is I don't hear anything. Now, but I feel everything. Like I feel all the rumbles. I can feel the ground shaking underneath me as like earthquakes are happening and whatnot.
So you're just deaf.
Yeah, essentially. But I wasn't completely deaf because the one thing I did hear was Sean Kingston's "You're Way Too Beautiful."
fucking loser.
Dude, it's I don't know. It's such a weird dream that's always stuck with me my entire life. I think I
That's a
had
really
it.
good song, but
I think I had it when I was like 5.
why that song out
I
of
don't
all
know,
like
dude.
during world like ending?
I don't know. I think God was
Um,
trying to tell me something.
going back to what Ryan said about like him just always having these awful dreams. When I was younger, all I ever had was nightmares, and it got so bad where like I was sleeping in my parents' bedroom all the time, and like I still like you can ask Grayson, I still have this horrible fear of the dark because of how like awful my dreams were.
Hmm.
And like one of some of the worst dreams I had was always just like me like starting out with my family, like we're having a good time, and then suddenly they all just start to disappear somehow. Like I turn my head and then I turn back and they're gone. Or like someone or something took them away and I end up all alone at the end. Like and just run my life.
You got funny,
Not
Mike.
great.
I don't.
Huh?
You have a funny mic.
It Nickel pulled it out of my ear.
Oh, nice.
I don't want to talk about my dreams because they're too dark for this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I chose to have an interesting, not so bad one.
So
Oh, sorry.
The other ones are not good.
so Trinity
Mm.
was talking about, or she just brought up fears, like her fear of the dark. What is your guys' fear? Like, what's your biggest fear? Like, be it
Dying alone.
arachnophobia. It could be anything, like arachnophobia or hippopotamonstros scopodeliophobia.
You
Dying
just
alone.
always have an excuse to say that word.
Definitely dying alone.
Oh, so you go first, Joey.
Fair.
He
Dying
just,
alone.
yeah.
That's a
Um,
fair.
mine is commitment. So
Oh my god. Yikes.
That's also fair.
But you're committed to our relationship.
listen, Joey. Nobody else is like you, Joey. But actually,
You're so sweet.
being serious, I don't know. Like I have to think of my biggest fear is I get really nervous like with heights, but like only when they're like I like secured heights, like a roller coaster or something like that, like where you're strapped in and like you know you're not gonna fall. But like anything like where I'm really high up and there's a possibility that I could fall and I'm like not like secured, I get really like
Dude,
anxious.
I am the exact same way. Exact same way. I love roller coasters and I love going on those rides where it like takes you all the way up.
Mhm.
But I hate being high up, like uh like on a mountain or a hill, and I look down a cliff, and there's nothing stopping me from just falling. Like someone could come up from behind me and push me.
It's just like yeah, like a paralyzing like fear like just comes over you.
I hate it. And I get sweaty.
You guys
It's
see
weird.
those videos of like people like climbing those giant cliffs, and then
Dude.
they're on the part where like it plateaus and they're literally just nothing but holding on to the like a ceiling of rock.
Mhm.
Shit's fucking oof.
Or those videos where people are climbing like the Burj Khalifa with like barely any safety gear, like maybe one rope and a couple caliper clips.
Mm-hmm.
Like hell no. I wouldn't
Those are
trust a simple rope for that.
Ad- adrenaline junkies, bro. They're crazy.
I know. Um,
Trinity.
Yes.
Besides the dark, what you got?
Besides the dark?
Yes.
Um, mm,
All right, Grayson, what's your fear?
yeah, I don't know.
acrophobia.
I have a silly fear, and then I have my serious fear, which is like the dark and being trapped somewhere where I can't see
Yo,
what could or can or cannot be there.
being afraid of the dark is a funny way to say you hate black people.
I was about to say that.
Ryan, you
I was
better
trying
not
to
fall asleep, bro.
I was trying to be a good boy.
Better not fall asleep, bro.
What if I do?
If you do, then I'll kick you out, and then it'll just be us three. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
bring
but
Lo-Fi Bot in.
Grayson almost threw up when we finished writing the shoot, what's it called? We went to Dorney.
Anaconda or some shit like that.
No, it was it was that roller coaster where like they strap you in and then it's like this giant U shape. You go up super quickly and then you go back super quickly and go back up. Um,
I haven't been to Dorney Park in a while.
he like when we were getting onto it, he wasn't big on it. But he was still like going to do it, of course. But when we got off, he like was almost shaking. We went to a bench and he sat down for like a hot minute just trying to breathe.
Yeah,
And
it was
but
bad. Like, God.
I fucking loved it. And I was like, should we go back on? He was like, no, are you crazy? I actually have a recording of it.
Yeah, she records all of when I'm vulnerable, and it's fucked up. But all right. So the scariest part about that was that so it's a U shape. So you go forward and then you come back down, and the momentum brings you back up. But you're like facing forward. You're basically parallel to the ground, and
You're going straight down.
I hate that feeling as if I'm falling. I that's what I didn't like about it.
But meanwhile, he takes me on the demon drop, and I could handle it. It was like the exact opposite because I could handle possess, but like I cannot handle a drop like that. Oh my god! So we're going up, and I'm like hyperventilating. I'm so scared because I hate drops and I hate how they make me feel because that's the feeling that I when I feel like I'm falling, just free falling, and I don't like it.
Yes.
So I don't think I have ever screamed so loud in my life.
Go ahead.
You just like, you know that? Are you talking about that feeling in your stomach where like you feel like yourself going down really rapidly? You know, that's like your actual like your organs are like catching flight in your stomach basically, so they're not settled down.
Yeah.
And like they're like going like higher up in your rib cage. So like you feel that like weird like gap of just nothingness in your stomach.
Yeah.
So for the listeners who don't know what the ride was, it's called the Demon Drop, and what it is there's 3 little cabs that you hop into, and you sit down and you strap in. Or no, I don't think you strap in. I think it's just one of those pull down things.
Yeah.
So it's weird because it's not like a roller coaster or anything. It just has rails to catch you. So what happens is you sit down, you pull the bar down, and then you go backwards. And then when you go backwards, you catch yourself, or the cab attaches itself to a lift, and then the lift brings you straight up, like a considerable height, and then it pushes you forward, right, like at the drop, and then it drops you, but it's not connected to anything when it first initially drops you, so it catches you on the rails. It was pretty fucking terrifying. So anyway, what do we live in a simulation?
Yes.
I agree with that.
I will believe that until the day I die.
Yeah, dude. Simulation theory is such
different.
Yeah. Do you guys know what the simulation theory is? Joey. So the simulation I'll read it. Hold on.
You can't read.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna read it backwards, then I can process it. What the fuck? I don't feel like reading all this. Never mind.
Nice.
Simulation theory is we live in something like the Matrix, where nothing is real and everything is computer generated. The biggest argument that I have for it is, how do you know something is solid when you're not touching it? So
you think things only activate once you touch it?
Yes.
Like the digital coding goes straight to that.
Yeah.
Thing.
So how games work is when games can only load so much stuff before it like doesn't overload. So it loads what the player can see, and it despawns everything behind it. So say you're in a forest, only the trees that you're looking at directly are spawned in, but every other tree like behind you and to your sides aren't spawned in. So they're
Or
non-existent at that point until you look at it.
or like a better example would be like a building. Like nothing inside the building is gonna be fucking in the game until you either open the door and you start walking through,
Yeah.
or unless like have a little loading screen, obviously.
Yeah. So what's to say that since we coded that into a game, who's to say that a future human generation couldn't code that into a super advanced computer? Like,
Well,
what is stopping?
you're an idiot.
Huh? How am I an idiot? Okay, go ahead, Joey. Explain how you're so much fucking better than me, dude. I'm gonna shit on your grave. Anyway, it's crazy to think about the simulation theory because there's just so many arguments that can be explained, or so many arguments against simulation theory that can be explained.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Like the Mandela effect.
Yeah, or what's it called? Deja vu.
I've been in space before.
What?
I had a really big case of deja vu today at the gym. Like, so I walk in the locker room, and there's these two guys, like, sitting on like the one bench in the locker room. The one dude's like sitting on top of the back support for the bench, and the other dude's like standing like by the one locker. And that's like when I first get into the gym, and then I'm leaving the gym, and I come back in there, and they're in the same exact spot. Like I'm not even kidding. Like, and like I saw them working out, like between when I was like first there and then when I last left. So they came back and went to the exact same spots that they were in. And I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
They definitely choreographed that just to fuck with you. They saw
Exactly,
you in your
dude.
sets, and they knew when you were gonna be finished with your workout, so they ran back to the locker room. And
They're like,
just,
you know, we're gonna fuck with
waited.
Ryan really bad today.
They're
This guy.
that's a glitch in the simulation, bro.
He didn't render in all the way.
I think that's one of my favorite parts of that movie too, The Matrix, when like he was like, "Whoa, deja vu," and they all turn, get super serious, like, "What did you just say? Deja vu? Oh my god!" And then he's like, "Why? What does that mean?" And they're like, "That means there's a glitch in the Matrix." And you're like,
Bum bum
Bum bum bum bum
bum bum
bum.
bum 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 bum. I. So you guys would, like have a good understanding of how you would feel if if an intelligent life or any kind of life would be confirmed outside of Earth, right?
There
You'd be
100%
like,
is, but carry on.
no, I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm just saying that you would have a good understanding of how you would react
Of
once
course.
that news came out. So you would be like, oh my god, yeah, aliens, wow, let's go make contact with them.
right.
Not necessarily.
I'd be more concerned, to be honest.
It's definitely
Just-
more of a concern factor.
Just because, like, why?
Alien pussy.
It's just like, why are they here? Like, if they're evolved enough to like be able to travel like this,
No, I'm
then
saying
why
that
would?
we find it on a different planet.
Okay.
Not they come to us. If they come to us, that's a whole different
Oh, okay.
situation.
Yeah.
So like we zoom in with my
Well,
my LG Phoenix 4, zoom in onto that one star, and it turns
we
out,
don't
hey,
have
look,
the
there's
technology to do that yet.
yeah. I'm not saying now, retard.
What you just said. All right, whatever.
Well,
Carry on.
it's almost impossible for there not to be like alien life out there. Like it's not going to be, it's probably not going to be complex life, but like the idea that there's no at least like carbon based like life, like either plants or like some type of multicellular organisms is so crazy because like
Mhm.
we found like thousands of planets that are like you're familiar with the Goldilocks zone, right? Like the perfect amount like away from like a star where a planet can have liquid water at
Yeah.
like its normal temperature. we found so many planets that are like that have like like they're like green and blue, just like the Earth, because they have vegetation on it. We just don't have powerful enough telescopes to like really get close to see if there's anything on there that.
I don't think it's vegetation
Life
because
on other planets.
that would be classified as alien life. I think it's
I
more
mean,
just gases and the color of the metal that's on the planet. I don't know if it's
vegetation.
huh?
I don't know. I think I can see it as vegetation. Like,
But
if there
okay,
are Goldilocks planets, it's not likely that there wouldn't be any sort of vegetation or any sort of like being at all.
okay. But what I was getting at is blah blah blah. Understanding of how if we found aliens, uh, what if we zoomed into a planet and we saw humans?
What if you zoomed
Oh.
in and saw yourself?
Earth 2.0. They made a movie about that. It was really shit. I didn't watch it, but I've heard it was really shit. No, but like we see like humans that have never existed before on Earth existing on another planet light years away, like billions of light years away.
Well,
Wondering if there's any planet like their Earth.
imagine if it's like a past human civilization that fucking traveled to a different planet, and then like our civilization completely crashed, and then we just like rebuilt from like the Stone Age.
Yeah, Ryan was talking about this on the first podcast, The Great Filter.
Oh yeah.
I
Great
don't
filter
know.
is crazy to think about.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have read about it or watched a video about it, but do you guys know about I forget what it's called. I think it's like the Great Egg. Give me 1 second.
Great
Yeah.
Well, on another note, doesn't so like moons from I think Saturn and Jupiter, right? Don't some of them have like fucking water trapped under?
Jupiter. Jupiter
It's
has a lot of it.
Jupiter.
No,
It has
no,
like
it's
it
not
has
Jupiter.
moons.
It's Titan, I think, or it's one of the moons.
No, Neptune. I'm not just saying, I'm talking about their moons in general, but like I think Neptune too has some moons that
Oh,
have
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
water trapped underneath like the fucking crust,
The
and
ice.
like you like you don't know if there could be fucking like organisms living down there.
Mars.
Right.
Mars is the biggest like
Mars has
evidence.
frozen.
Yeah, but like we know that there's like huge lakes under the Martian surface. But like I was saying about the egg, is if you got do you guys believe or not believe, but do you guys understand like reincarnation, whatnot?
Yeah.
So if you're reincarnated as another human, so I die, and then I'm reincarnated as a peasant boy living in medieval England. When that
Sure.
peasant boy dies, I will be reborn as a peasant girl from China. When that peasant girl in China dies, I will be born as the king of Pakistan or whatever.
Okay.
Continuing on that like thread of being reborn, that means that I have been every single person that has existed and will continue to exist.
See, that was like a theory. You ever listen to Logic?
No,
No.
I don't listen
You
to
ever hear
fake
listen
black rappers.
Logic? All right, come on now. He's fucking good. But
You guys know that
Uh,
Logic is part black? He never mentions it in his songs.
Oh no, ever. And then he never mentions about sucking dick and being gay.
all right. But in one of his fucking playlist, whatever, albums, he had like someone die, went to God, and then he said like, over a period of time all your memories come back, but you have been being reborn, and you are everyone who ever was and whoever will be
Exactly.
until the end of time. So yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay.
And what I like most about that theory is because I remember watching that video with you, Gray. Like when you die, you actually meet like this quote unquote God who's like not he's like he is a higher being, but the reason why he's doing this to you or quote or slash for you is to prepare you to be like him, to create your own higher being and to create another world and etc.
Yeah, like when the video explains it, like when the last human dies, then you become an omnipotent being.
Yeah.
You guys ever like so like a thought that I've had, like I believe in reincarnation a lot, but like I'm trying to think how to explain this correctly. So like you ever meet somebody like a complete stranger and you have just like a really solid connection with them like right off the bat and like you feel like you've pretty much already known them like just because like your conversation is like so like good and you guys understand each other extremely well.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Something like
Like
that.
imagine like I've like imagine if you like known them in like a past life and you had like a really close relationship with them and you just randomly meet them in your new life and
Yeah.
that's the reason why you have such a solid connection with them because your past lives were linked somehow.
Something that I was thinking about this one day while I was walking my dog and I felt this sort of breeze behind my neck, but it felt kind of like a breath. And I just imagined like what if we are all set to um a specific soul, like our souls are connected uh, to somebody else's anywhere in the world, like so soulmates really do exist. But when they die, if they die before you, they stay with you in spirit until you die.
So basically, Grayson, you're not her soulmate.
Yeah, no, I know.
No,
I've
that's
already
not
known
what
that.
I'm saying. Like,
Big facts.
but I mean, it'd be like it's a crazy idea. It's just something that came into my head one day, like just because I have, as you can see with my dreams, an overactive imagination sometimes.
Sure.
But I just thought it was like kind of interesting, like, and really sad because like say they like know that you're their soulmate, but they see you with someone else, and like I don't know.
There was a little Tumblr story I read where it was like everybody is born with a little plastic clock on their wrist, and the clock counts down until when you can meet your soulmate.
Oh yeah.
So it could be like, you know, 5 years, 20 years, blah blah blah. I remember them saying or having a story where it was like, let me look it up. Uh, soulmate clock.
Yep, that will definitely bring up exactly what you're looking for.
Tumblr. Oh, it did bring up.
Oh my god.
Fuck you. And they brought up some BTS bullshit. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah,
BTS isn't a bad band.
shut up. Imagine you're
K-pop.
okay. Imagine you're reading your newspaper on a train on your way to work. A woman sits down next to you and asks if you're done with one of the sections. You hand it to her and smile and continue reading. 5 minutes later, you reach your stop and stand up. Collect your briefcase or backpack and exit the train. You look down at this watch and see it reads -5 minutes as the doors off the train close behind you.
Mm, that
Crazy.
sucks because you wouldn't be able to see if like you meet them again.
Yeah. Wow, these Tumblr nerds are. Ew, cringe, Asian man. Ugh. Sorry, I just looked in the mirror.
Oh my god.
Do you guys think it's. Do you guys think religion will ever become obsolete?
In the future, yeah.
It
Yeah. In.
definitely is, but at the same time, I feel there will never not be that sort of what?
You said it definitely is.
Oh,
like now.
I left out a word. It definitely is becoming like less and less of an importance to a lot of people. Um, I think there will always be people who believe in like a higher being or in something like that, but it's again like less less and less people actually having faith.
I
Like
feel that there will always be conflict between religion, though.
Yeah.
in the it has to be in the very far future where religion will become obsolete.
Oh, like fuck, very very
Yeah,
far.
cuz
Actually, like the more I think about it, I feel like it's gonna slowly lose popularity. I feel like it's never gonna die out because
No.
a
It
lot of
never will.
a lot of people just find comfort in like knowing that they think somebody's watching over them.
Sky
I don't,
Man.
Absolutely,
I don't,
absolutely.
I don't think that's ever gonna really stop.
Some people take it too far though, and they rely solely on that quote unquote higher being to fix all their problems.
And
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
just adopt all the beliefs of said religion and
Yeah.
live their life off that instead of making their own ideologies.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I sorry. I think I'm kind kind of if not pretty religious, just like I say a prayer at dinner every day, and then I say a prayer almost every night, and then like I try to be as good as possible, and not to bring it a down dark turn to the chat, but like taking my own life is never really has never really been an option to me because I don't want to end up like in hell for something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not like extremely religious to the point where I'd like force it on everybody. But let's just say my children will be baptized because I'm not about to let the devil fucking
Yeah.
take
That
Well,
over.
that's a
well,
pretty good.
Grayson, you better stop practicing Satanism.
Uh, well,
we
we've
Grayson
still got a couple years.
Grayson and I were watching what was it? It was some horror movie and like the children were being possessed or something because they hadn't been baptized and I looked over at him and I was like, they're getting baptized, right? He was like, oh yeah, for sure.
He's
Yeah.
lying to you.
That's a good way to segue into agnosticism, though, because if you guys don't know what agnosticism is, it's the belief or
The
the
belief, yeah.
it's
Well, it's true.
the reasoning that you will never know if there is a god or not. Like you don't claim to know if he exists or not.
Oh,
You're comfortable with the unknown. Is basically what it is.
I always thought being agnostic means that you believe in like some sort of higher power, but you're not 100% sure on what that higher power exactly is.
I think that's
Yeah.
That's essentially what it
deism.
is.
No,
Yeah,
agnosticism is
No,
what?
I'm looking at definitions.
Yeah, a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God or of anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. I think what you were talking about was
yeah,
deism.
no, but a person who claims nor not faith nor disbelief. So like he does have a point. Like you don't believe in a god or some higher being, but it's not like you don't believe that there isn't something out there.
Well, I never said that. Wait, whose side are
Okay.
you on?
What do you mean whose side am I on?
I have
There is
no
no
idea what you're
side,
talking
you
about.
buffoon. You boob.
Hmm.
Are you talking about Ryan or are you talking about
Yeah,
me? Who has
true.
a point?
There's
Alright,
no
cool.
point to be made,
Fucking
young
stupid
lad.
bitch. No, but deism. Oh, what deism is that you believe in a god, but you don't believe in a certain god, and you don't believe that they're an interventional. They're interventional, or they have the power to be intervening.
Right.
Sure, sure.
But I like to think of agnosticism as like Schrodinger's cat. You will never know unless you open the box, and that means like you'll never know unless there's actual 100% true proof of the existence or non-existence of a higher power.
You won't know until you die.
That's
Yeah,
true.
when you die, you can't tell anybody about it. So
Isn't that just sucks? There have been people though who have like
Fibbers.
they're all fibbers.
Yeah,
uh,
they are all fibbers. I would know.
Where
I died.
they technically die temporarily and they come back. I saw God. I saw. I
Yeah,
don't believe you.
and then you read up on that person and it turns out that they're like a pastor or something.
Or they're just insane. Or wanted attention. Who knows?
Yeah.
I still like if I had to believe in any religion, I would definitely say I would most likely believe in it's
Taoism. It's like
Oh.
Like Chinese?
yeah, Chinese Tao. It's like all the good you do in life equals out with the bad that you do in life. So like if you do bad things, roughly that much like it's basically karma. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
if you do bad things, not many good things will happen to you. But if you do more good things, less bad things will happen to you, basically.
I can't say that I wouldn't believe in karma because I mean, it's in media all the time, and you'll even see it like out in the world. There's always this balance between like quote unquote good and evil, and that's definitely like relating to good and bad karma. Like if you do something good, good will befall you, or if you do something bad, like you're going to have to face the consequences at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I've always been a big believer of karma, where like say you're in a game, and if you say like, "Oh yeah, we got this in the bag," then you automatically lose, like jinxing it. That's the word
Yeah.
I was looking for.
So it's like, what kind of
Yin
sin would
and
that be if you're like overly confident?
Gluttony? No, that's like no greed.
just cockiness, I feel like.
Yeah, which is
Seven
like I feel what
sins.
would bring on that bad energy.
Envy. No, pride. Pride.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Envy these nuts. You're funny, Trinity. You think you were a girlfriend and you can make joke disgusting like that. You were gross. Fuck you.
Oh, brother.
It's going well.
Will time travel ever become a thing?
Sure.
No.
It's too
Why not?
dangerous. It will, and somebody will fuck up and destroy everything.
I'm pretty sure we
Me.
have the technology to transport atoms, like with particle accelerators and stuff like that.
Ooh,
But
big tube. Yes.
I don't think it's ever going to be possible that like you can walk into a time machine and go somewhere exactly where you want to go and have no negative consequences from it.
Oh, absolutely not. But it's kind of like the cure for cancer. If they do find it out, they're not going to tell anybody.
But
They
like in
already have.
America,
My theory is that they've already had the cure for cancer.
it's 100%, bro. I would bet so much money on it.
That's
Like,
why yeah, that's why you never see any like super rich person like ever be like, "Oh yeah, I died of cancer."
Well,
Cuz
how
they
are they
just
gonna tell you that they died
yeah, I
if they
was about
die?
to say that, Joey.
Well, I mean, that's
well,
not always the case. Like, there's
I've come back from the I've come back. I've had a near death experience. I've seen God, and God told me that I'm better than you, all of you.
Okay, so hold on for a second. When going back to when you were talking about like time travel, what are you guys is like? So there's a bunch of different like theories and fucking movies and shows on how time reality works. So what do you think happens? So like if somebody fucks up the timeline, does it fuck up your current timeline or does it create a different like little
branch
multiverse?
off.
I think it's the latter. I never met
So what?
my real ladder.
Well, I mean, but if it does branch off, then to you, it's gonna seem like it fucked up your timeline because it will branch off, but like you won't be in that good timeline where like everything's okay because you already fucked up and now you're already in that path where you fucked up.
I think if
Yeah.
you say I travel to the I don't know 1914. I prevent the
The
death of
P
Franz
zone.
Ferdinand. I'm gonna ignore that. So I prevent the death of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and prevent World War One.
Yep.
I think that as I like right after I saved Ferdinand, another universe stems off, and that I'm in that universe that stems off, rather than the main. So the main universe, the one that you originate from, is the bad one, or the quote unquote good one, I guess.
The original one. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
The original one will never change. Like everything that's happened in the past will never change. Anything that will happen in the future will never change. The only thing that changes is the branches.
Okay. Yeah, I like that theory as well. Because, like you said, fucking, you go to change something in your timeline, and sure, like, it ends up fixing it in your eyes, but that original timeline always stays the same.
Yeah.
And, like, fucking, using another show as an example, y'all ever watch The Umbrella Company?
The Umbrella Academy?
Academy, yeah.
The Umbrella Company.
Yeah, my bad.
They just make them.
So, like, they have fucking powers or whatever, and this kid travels through time, and then they go back. He tries to, he ended up like stopping the Kennedy assassination, but then like there was an attack at the parade, so then that ended up causing World War III, and the world got nuked because the United States attacked Russia, and
Good.
that ended up causing nuclear war.
It ruined the series for me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, thanks for that, dickhead.
Yeah,
I was totally gonna watch that tonight.
I watched the first episode I watched the first
watch
2 episodes and I saw that, but now I know what happens.
No, the only thing I know from the Umbrella Academy is that funny meme where woman look at guy and he's driving.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I know about the Umbrella Academy is that it's pretty good at like keeping rain off you. So.
I was gonna say, like, bro, how do you study Umbrella? It opens.
It's very simple. You open, you protect from weather.
But how do you close?
Dude, that is what study. Holy shit, bro.
That is difficult part.
Wait, are you guys superstitious at all? Like, do you believe that like opening an umbrella inside is bad luck at all?
To an extent.
I don't believe in that, no.
To an extent. Like,
it depends on what the superstition is.
Yeah, for me, that's for me as well. Like, opening a ladder inside, that's nothing. Like, people need ladders.
That's fine. You have to use ladders inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Going underneath.
Yeah.
I'm just tall enough where I can reach it.
I'm not.
Going underneath.
No,
Bad luck.
I can be superstitious in the way where like if I say something, I'll knock on wood immediately.
I do that sometimes as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
if
so
it's God.
Alright, so I say I'm not superstitious, but like if I can, I still avoid doing those things. It's like I don't necessarily believe in none of that shit, but like, just that I haven't.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I won't go under that ladder.
Yeah.
Maybe,
yeah, exactly. Walking under ladders is something I don't do. My family had a superstition where if you walked over somebody, you gave that person bad luck, and you have to to get rid of that bad luck, you have to step back over them the opposite way, like walking backwards over them.
My mom will never, if we're say we're walking around in a mall and we pass like this pole, she will not let us split. Or like we're walking down the street and we pass a sign, she will not let us split, like let the pole split between us. Like we have to walk on the same side, and she's superstitious in that sense because she like genuinely believes that it will cause bad luck if you like split between a pole.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of that?
I actually don't think I have.
No, I think that your mom is the first person who I've heard that from.
That's not. I don't think it's the first time I've heard it, but like so, like I just said, like say there's some sort of column or pole in front of you. If you and the other person go around it in separate ways, it causes bad luck. Or so the superstition goes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I usually, whenever I'm cooking and I drop salt, I usually throw it over my shoulder as a form of superstition as well.
Yeah.
I've never dropped salt.
What?
But salt small. How you have such precision?
I
I
thought you said soap.
You throw the soap over you.
I never drop soap.
If
I'm
it's
like,
if
oh,
it's like
alright.
liquid soap, you have to like scoop it up. Ryan, you mute, man. Why you mute? You bringing out lotion and masturbation?
Stop.
I'm going to take a piss, bro. Calm down.
Okay. Wait, leave your mic on.
No.
Gotta say that.
All right, we'll wait till he comes back to piss.
We have to wait.
Yeah, no one can say
You're gonna
anything.
edit.
No one can say anything.
All right,
Shut
it's the
up!
perfect
Shut
time
up!
for
Shut
our
up! Shut up!
sponsor.
Oh yeah. Our sponsor. Who are we sponsored today
Sponsor.
by, Joey?
We're sponsored by Play-Doh.
No, I told you we can't have real companies.
Play do.
Shit.
Play do.
We're
Play-Doh.
We're sponsored by Dough Play.
There it
Don't
is.
play.
Thank you.
Dough Play. You open that shit and you eat it. Don't worry, it won't kill you. Don't worry, kids. It might look like a fun and tasty snack, and it's because it is. Put it in your mouth and eat it. Your
It-
parents will love it. Give
It
it to
don't-
your dog.
It only comes in one flavor. Absolute dog shit.
You know,
No,
I never.
it comes in glep. Color glep.
I will never understand Doplay. Like they would always make the commercials like fun to play, not to eat, but they would literally make food for you to
Oh
make,
my
like
god, dude.
molds.
Like
Like,
the
it made-
ice cream.
Yeah, like or like spaghetti and stuff like that. I was like, why are you doing this?
Yeah. All right.
You're just tempting me.
All right. We have enough time for one more topic, and then we're gonna end it.
Alrighty,
What
ladies
are we
and
at right
gentlemen.
now?
We are at 1:30.
Ooh, baby.
So, I think this is probably the most interesting one on my list. What do you think will cause the extinction of human life?
Humans.
God, you guys are so fucking boring. Like, no shit, it's gonna be humans.
Not necessarily. I agree that humans will cause it, obviously, but I think we're gonna constantly keep making the environment worse, and we're gonna run out of vital resources,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
people are gonna start killing each other to necessarily make
Survive.
more like resources for themselves, and it's just gonna bring apart an apocalypse that will pretty much
Trinity,
extinct everybody.
you're echoing.
Am I now?
I don't know. Hello? No, you're good.
I think nuclear war will definitely end up being the end of everything. There's too many nukes in the world right now to just get rid of.
Well,
Says you.
There's enough.
Put it
there's
on my
enough
plate.
There's enough warheads in the world to literally blow up every single inch of landmass that we have. Like
And-
combined with the U.S., the USSR, and
I think-
other countries.
I think,
and
like, we have 6,000, they have 7,000, and, like, the next country's, like, Iran or something, where they have, like, 500. No, I think it's one of the NATO states.
again, too, like there's just too many to like safely get rid of. So either we just let them sit and hopefully never use them, but the more obvious thing that'll probably end up happening with them is that everybody sets it off on everybody and everyone dies. Humans are assholes and they deserve to die anyway.
I think.
Well, you see, the thing is, oh sorry, but you know they always like fucking gloat on how they have enough like nuclear warheads to blow the planet 250 sometimes. But all you need is that fucking one time we're all dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, even if it doesn't hit all the landmass, the radiation from it will
destroy everything.
kill you. Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's just send it all into space, but that's a lot of jet fuel.
Yeah.
Or jet fuel, rocket fuel.
Same. Yeah.
I repeat, we can't get rid of them at this point, and
Nuclear energy.
I guarantee
Crawl out to
you,
the fallout, baby.
I guarantee you that like they're still making them.
Wow, those ICBMs keep us free.
All right, that wasn't an invitation. Good song, awful execution.
Jimmy, call out. Baby, kick the wall out. All right.
But yeah, if shit like that happens, though, we're gonna have to go into fucking
Yeah.
fallout situation.
I
Make
think
those goddamn bunkers.
I think you guys are being a little too harsh on humanity, because I think
Fuck
that
no.
we're because this is a doomsday, all humans are extinct kind of scenario. But
Well, I'm with Ryan on the fact. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
in like at least 10 years, we're gonna have someone on Mars, so it won't be the complete extinction of humanity. But yes, 99% of the population will die, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well,
Yeah!
say we do manage,
I'm glad you understood
say we
that
do
one.
manage to like fucking go off and to make civilizations on other planets. Say we don't do that. Like Ryan said, we're gonna be fighting for like eventually over time we're gonna be fighting over resources because we keep using that shit up and up, and over time there's gonna get so low that people are gonna have to start fighting for shit. I mean, hell, America, every time they see oil, go buck wild.
Okay, but it won't happen in the near future. It will happen
I'm not saying in the
very
near
no
future,
yeah.
but-
I'm just clearing up any cock and balls in the air.
Sure.
Yours?
Yeah,
Sure.
no, it's stinky. But like that will
Mhm.
happen very, very far in the future, because
Well, yeah, but you're saying like, how do you think, humanity will cease to exist? And that's what it's saying. It's not gonna
But-
be in the near future. Hopefully, fuck.
but the chance of us not exploring out into space is so minuscule.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
but again, I mean, like you said, like possibly in the next decade, we might be starting to finally explore further on, but you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
about-
We always hit those fucking plateaus or like end up fucking
The
rocketing
great
downward.
filter.
the thing about
Sure.
exploring space too is like it's incredibly expensive, and if there is any sort of failure, that's so many resources just gone.
That's why
Yeah, you're right.
it's being privatized now, because fucking governments aren't willing to pay that money for human advancement. They're just willing to put it into killing Afghanistan children, or Afghan children. United States. What?
Hey man, like I said, that oil.
Yeah. That's why like SpaceX is making so many strides, because they are putting all the money into it, or putting the necessary amount of money into it. Like the rocket that landed, or that launched and landed back onto a platform. It's such an incredible feat of humanity. It's
Right.
crazy to think about, like, where SpaceX will take us, because it's going to be SpaceX. We all know it's going to be SpaceX. It's going to be
Okay.
crazy where SpaceX is going to take us in the next, 5, 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck it. Maybe we'll end up like our dino friends and get hit by an asteroid and we all die.
I'm
Maybe.
not...
The
If,
probability of an asteroid actually hitting Earth, like large enough to cause extinction, is so little, Joey. But I appreciate your effort.
There definitely
jeez,
is.
he really said,
It-
fuck you.
That
It
was-
could be bigger probability that it'll wipe out like a lot
amount.
though.
China. Fuck China. Fuck
China.
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 We need to nuke the China.
Here comes the sun.
Okay, so this is why we're gonna go into nuclear war, because people like Grayson.
Guys, the guests are coming over. You gotta bring out the fine China. Yes.
Disgusting.
I'm so glad someone's laughing. That joke was not funny in my head.
Oh my! Remember back in fucking physics where we talk about like different weapons during wartime, like the Italian swords were fucking like
Baguettes.
baguettes.
The French swords, technically.
Oh yeah,
should be
French swords,
baguettes.
and then the Italian swords were like their hands, just like
The
fucking,
gabagoo.
what are you doing?
The conversations that were had during that class, especially with the teacher, were just like
Oh, I miss a
Great.
limo.
It's crazy
You
that
just
we
go
were all
lime,
in a
bro?
limo. All 4 of us were in a lime, bro.
he
A
actually
lime, bro.
followed me on Instagram
Me
one
too.
day. Yeah, I was like, Miss, did you really follow me? I was like,
For real?
I thought teachers weren't supposed to follow students.
They can after you graduate.
Yeah, but like I didn't graduate.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
still like during school, but at the same
Oh.
time,
He followed.
though, it was my art account.
Yeah, he followed me
Oh.
too. So
He's getting locked up.
that is a case and like 3 more cases.
I want to follow a line, bro.
I'll send you his Instagram later. I
Well,
obviously can't say it now.
Yeah.
I just going without saying. You simpleton.
All right, I think that was a good area to end it off at.
Sure.
Alright,
Well-
so anyways, what do you guys think about that? No.
So,
Now that you're wondering all week.
all right, so thank you for watching or listening. God damn it, I keep saying watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
fucked up.
I'm gonna. All right, let me restart. Come down my throat. Come down my throat. All right.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, listening.
See you next time.
Thanks for seeing our audio of the
Thank
Majority and Minority podcast, episode 3. I've been your host, Graysen, and yeah, don't do drugs. That's bad.